Warning: this video may contain strong language, adult themes, and humor, chaos, and fun times. Viewer discretion is advised.
Stay here. You guys just stay here until I get my.
Mr. Gully, would you like to speak to Spider?
I'm standing here. I'm watching.
How are you?
Hello, love. How are you?
I'm doing very well. See, I can dress up nicely once in a while, okay?
I'm very impressed. I'm proud of you.
I guess you could say I took over as far as getting dressed in proper clothes from you and your other respective people.
Lovely.
As you've come to learn, Spider, we take care of our allies and our friends.
Absolutely. So,
If you ever need a custom suit, just go speak with Jacques and tell him that Gully sent you. He works at the Ponzi Boys shop, tailor shop up in what is that? Like, is that Vinewood?
643.
Yeah, 643.
It's near Vinewood 643.
Okay. Well, fortunately for me, I only need 2 suits. This one and one that's all black that I use with an apron to use for killing.
Lovely.
So, this is one of my other suits that are really spent a lot of fucking money on this. Actually, now that I think of it, shit. Anyways, I was told that there is. You guys are able to formulate everything into the bullets I requested?
Oh, that is Clay's department.
It took a little bit of tinkering. How we were able to do it is, unfortunately, with the venom that you gave us, some of it, when we bored out the rounds and we started pulling them in, they don't like to solidify, so I added my own little evil touch to it. So you have the venom that's on the inside with a very thin layer of mercury on the outside of the tip. So that way, it stays inside, but when it hits the body, the mercury breaks, the poison goes inside, the venom, and they get a little dosage of mercury poisoning as well, but the Black Widow venom will mainly take over.
Beautiful. Wonderful. Hopefully the 5 vials were enough to produce a good amount.
It's more than enough. When I even did you want an extra solid, I put it into our lab system so that way, if you need more, we can synthetically develop it for you and possibly tinker it for you. So that basically tinker the recipe a little bit to where if you want it more potent, less potent, wherever you want. This way you don't have to worry about your spiders dying, which I currently have in my possession. I'm more than happy to give back to you.
So my spiders are well fed, and I like the call it the au natural type movement as far as with my stuff. So I will take my beauties home though.
Understood. Let me bring you inside and show you the good.
Okay, let's do that. Ow! I mean, it's one way to remove my sunglasses. Damn.
Also did you another little treat. So, as you will see, what I did was, so you got the requested order of the 20 Mag-10s, the 15 ARs with the bored out rifling and compensators, the 50 M12 shotguns. I also added a little treat in there for you, a 30-30 rifle with a compensator, night vision, and a thermal scope that's times 16 view, But on top of that, this weapon is fully detachable. All the
Hmm.
components are heavily magnetized. All you have to do is pull and play, or plug and play, whichever your preferred method. So you really theoretically do not have to pull anything apart, use Allen keys to untwist anything. We can even throw in a bag yourself, so that way the rifle is fully dismantleable once you get used to it within about 15 seconds.
Hmm.
Now,
Wonderful. I do like
this little
this.
package right here, a little package that's carefully wrapped, has 200 rounds of what you requested. As I said, they are mercury tipped with a very, how should I put it, toxic and extremely potent the black venom that you request.
Hmm. Okay. So, let's see here. So 200 rounds for what caliber?
So I made different rounds. I have 50 rounds of 9mm, 50 of 45 ACP, 50 of 5.56, and then 50 is 7.62.
Okay.
So that way, it doesn't matter what type of rifle you use. Obviously, you know, your 30-30 rifle will pack more than a punch to take off anyone's head. But any other type of weapon that you use, close range or rifling, it will take care of them effectively.
Okay. Wonderful.
But I do need to make one thing very clear about this thing. You have to be careful with these rounds. If you mess with the tips too much, as I said, take a little bit of tinkering. But if you hit the tip too hard, the mercury will break and the venom will come out. So whatever you do, try not to drop the rounds. They are made to break on impact.
Okay. I will be putting this in my personal possession. As far as my vehicle, the rest will go in the van. Let me get the boys after I give you said cash, which stupid me forgot the fucking briefcase. So let me go get the briefcase. I'll be right back.
I always love doing business with the Ballas. They always know how to make the industry very happy.
Yes, they do.
Every time it's always a unique deal, and that's the one thing I like about them. Never know what you're going to get, and it makes our boys, the non-contract and the contract, well, it messes with their minds a little bit. It makes them come up with ways to do things effectively.
This is a valid statement, Mr. Banner.
Top of that, I'm thinking about pushing the furniture idea out to the Ballas because I've heard that they keep getting raided, especially after what happened with Roxy.
This might be a very lucrative time to do that.
Agreed. I'll certainly tell Spider when she comes back in. Now, I know that allies and our lower end people are not allowed inside the warehouse, but since we do not have any non-cons around, with your permission, I'm asking, can we bring their people in here to pull the boxes out?
That is fine.
Luckily, the warehouse has been empty. I have everything currently stored inside the bunker, LFB, all furniture. Unfortunately, Mr. Gully had to go inside your office and move everything inside the bunker as well between the war with the Ballas and the Vagos attacking us, and then the carries. I'm not taking any chances, and I do not want our documents getting burned again.
Yes. Constant burning is getting quite old and troublesome.
It is. That is the reason why I've taken the necessary precautions. The octopus, the warehouse and grapeseed, the ports, LFB, everything is currently empty. There is nothing that they could take away from us or burn. Everything is currently safe inside the bunker.
Well, you could leave the furniture in the grapeseed warehouse. I mean, we only build when we have an order, so it Only thing that's in there is the tools. And those are easily replaced. That's what we have insurance for.
That is true, but as you know, the price of wood nowadays is skyrocketed sky
Well,
high.
we don't, like I said, we don't get wood unless we have an order to make things. So as I said, the only thing that we should have stockpiled for the furniture business is the tools. We usually do the wood orders the day of the day that the wood is, or the order is placed. That way, it gives us that finer preservation of the wood used for the furniture.
That is true.
And hence why it makes it a higher quality cut, and we can charge more for it because a fresh cut lumber that we're using for said items.
Also, as an update, since I haven't seen you lately, Goose is currently on the perimeter of Bolingbrook, keeping an eye on Roxy. We're planning a breakout for her at the end of October. Right now, I'm waiting to get a hold of Zoe and Spire together, so that way we can come with the necessary precautions. Plan of how we're going to do it. What I'm thinking is, since the birds are also in the prison watching her and protecting her, I was thinking of possibly sneaking in through time scrub systems like scrub clothing, documentations, possibly a nurse ID. More or less, she'll be able to walk out the door unnoticed for as long as she doesn't continue to draw any attention to her.
You know, I can make that happen with the nurse stuff.
Yes, if you do not mind. If you can, try to get Raven involved as well.
I just need to know the name that she's going to be using.
Well, I believe that is a name that she has left us to deal with for the industry. We are here after she both getting her out, and when she gets out, coming up with a new identity for her. And I also promised Roxy that we would allow our surgeons to do whatever they need to do to change her appearance, so that way she will not draw the eyes of law enforcement again. Now, the only tricky part is DNA, which obviously you cannot alter, and her fingerprints. But we can certainly change her face and her body to allow her to blend in a little bit better. Our scar tissue on her face will also be an issue, but we can certainly stretch the tissue and overlap it with donor skin, so that way it doesn't fully go away, but it's a lot easier for her to blend in because it won't be as prominent.
Like I said, I just need the name that she's going to be going with. We can get those credentials made up for her.
We'll talk to Spider when she gets in as well. Says we're looking to possibly break her out at the end of October. From what I've heard is the Ballas may be bringing in some very high-level players to assist, if you catch what I mean, Mr. Gully.
Yeah, it is taking her quite some time to come in here, back in here. Speak of the devil and she shall appear.
We were just worrying about you.
I had to step out of my head.
So, Spider, there is no need for us to count the money. I trust you enough. However, though, there is a few things me and Mr. Gully want to go over with you.
Could it wait until after they load the...
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Yes?
Yes.
This. Go.
Yes.
All
God damn it, Clay. I said yes, so yes. Let's get this loaded. I want this shit off the property.
All right. Let's go bring them out.
We can fetch you, your lads and lasses. Get them start loading this up.
Okay, here's the case.
Thank you.
All of it is there. So, thank you so much, Mr. Gully.
Of course.
As I said, Spider, I would personally recommend you carry your own package, because the other ones will not know how delicate that package truly is.
All right. Just take the cases. This of the guns. This I'll take on myself personally.
Yep.
Cool. A lot of boxes keep going.
There should be about 8 boxes for them to carry, and then you'll have your one.
Okay. And my little ones, where do they lie?
Oh, they're perfectly alive. Let me go fetch them for you.
I'll go back and forth like that, man. Fuck that.
Hopefully you fed them, because if not, then it's gonna be quite. They're gonna be quite hungry.
That was our Clay dear. He was in charge of this, so if it's anything, it's on him.
Okay.
So, your spiders are in this box here. However, though, I will go ahead and tell you, I've kept them in the refrigerator at 56 degrees, and the reason why is after we've had to extract more venom out of them, we needed to keep them nice and calm and relaxed, and not strained, so that way they would not die on us. So your spiders will be slow for a few hours while they theoretically thaw off, but they will become to their normal, aggressive, and energetic self within approximately 2 or 3 hours.
So, have they eaten yet? That's
Oh, they've eaten.
okay.
They're nice and fat and ripe for you. Don't even worry.
That was the last one.
Sweet.
Okay.
If you want to gather your delicate box, I'll take this one out for you, and then me and you, Mr. Gully, need to have a chat.
Okay. Yeah, we'll do that.
I do not know who the hell is calling me at this time of hour, but they can. Anyways, sorry about that. Mr. Gully and I have been talking, and as you are aware, we're going to fully fund the breakout of Roxy out of Bolingbrook.
Mm-hmm.
We have set up the plastic surgeons to where they are going to help her whenever she gets out, change her facial recognition so that way law enforcement cannot just ping her anywhere. On top of that, we're also going to give her a new identity. However, from you, Zoe's standpoint, and Roxy's standpoint, if you guys are able to get a hold of her, we need to find out what name of the identity she would want. Or we can come up with it ourselves, and it would be like the one I got you. Something short and sexy, but also completely different.
Understood. I think. I think something short and sexy would be good. For Roxy, I think. If she comes up with a name, it's gonna be a little wonky per se. So I think maybe if you guys make the name as far as all that.
She will have a new set of birth certificates, social securities, bank accounts with money, cars, vehicles, houses, the whole 9 yards, kind of like witness protection. And she'll be automatically protected by the industry, by our mercenaries and the birds at all times. So that way, if anything happens, if we get a sniff in the air, well, we'll be on the case to protect. And Mr. Gully can tell you exactly how well our mercenaries protect people that are under our care.
Okay. Just keep in mind though, Roxy is one of ours, so whatever does get sniffed around or anything, I would like to be apprised of it.
Of course. Now, Mr. Gully has also stated, since his birds are currently in the prison keeping an eye on her, and Mr. Gully's most trusted bodyguard, Ghost, or known as Simon, is currently a few hundred meters outside of Bolingbroke, camped out with a very high-powered 50 BMG thermal and night vision scope. Keep an eye on her. The birds and Mr. Gully are going to find a way to get a scrubs or common, hospital attire into the prison to help Roxy break out when the time
That's
is right.
easy. That's easy. We got a person inside that works in the infirmary as a custodial. So
Mr. Gully, do you
that's
want
easy.
to say what you do on the side?
I don't hear him.
Mr. Gully, can you hear me?
Of course.
Oh.
I'm a doctor.
Figures.
You
Now
see how
now things explain a lot.
exactly, and that's the reason why we wanted to talk to you about it. And with Mr. Gully present, is because Mr. Gully can do things I cannot do, just like how I can do things that Mr. Gully cannot do. He's excellent at what he does, being a doctor, and let's just say, worst comes to push.
I can get her credentials as medical staff for medical union.
So here's the problem, though, that I see. Maybe you've already figured it out. Maybe not. I don't know. We've tried to get a bug in there. We've tried to get a couple things that Roxy wanted. And each time DOC's found it and destroyed it. Hence the fact my original actual legal name is now on a RICO case. So,
What has Miss Roxy been wanting inside the prison?
well, for one thing, a little bit of weed. She's wanting a cell phone. She's wanting even a bit of some writing tools and some drawing stuff so she can write to us and to her loved ones and everything. And I've been trying, but every time it's been kind of shitty. Try to smuggle in cigarettes to her, didn't work. But I've put enough in her commissary that she should be able to run the inside. I mean, she is running the gang from the inside as far as like the prison gang of Ballas. That's all being ran. It's gone actually pretty well. Majority, we got about 60% right now within the prison, as far as that are Ballas within the prison system for lifers. So,
Mr. Gully, how easy do you think it would be for the birds inside the prison to? I would say weed might be a little too far-fetched, if I must be honest, but how easy do you think it might be to smuggle some of the other items inside?
The writing utensils and whatnot, that's easy. As well as the phone, It'd be ashamed if she needed psychological counseling.
You
I am a psychologist for the hospitals. So if she ever needs to speak with a counselor, everything is confidential, patient confidentiality, HIPAA laws, PHI. So as long as she's in the psychology office with me, I can get her to write notes.
Okay.
Write her letters, perhaps every now and then allow her to make a phone call.
Gotcha.
But for the most part, she can write as many letters as she wants, and then I will bring them out of the prison with me and have them hand delivered. That way the
Um,
postage never sees them.
Beautiful. So, when you can get that set up, I have a letter that have like 2, 3 letters that has to go to her, and they're kind of crucial. And hopefully, I don't end up seeing her before those letters get to her, because it's regarding a couple bosses that are within the inside, and she does not get any phone time. So it's kind of like a little scarce for her right now.
Well, just get those letters over to me, and I'll make sure that Miss Roxy is pulled for counseling the next time I'm at the prison, which will be the next couple of days.
Okay. Yeah. Hopefully they don't tie the two together as far as my current ID with that you guys made with my old one as far as the picture. Because unfortunately I can't change my tattoo. If I could, I would. And I don't really want to go through that surgery process. As well as, so we got that is upon us as far as for me. So if I do end up going in, then yeah, it's gonna be a breakout for me, and that I want to be going down into the tunnels for.
Now, the one caveat I want from the Ballas during this whole ordeal, because I will be honest with you, Spider, we are sinking a lot of money into this ordeal, calculated so far with surgeries, new identities, housing, everything. We're looking at about a $30 million hit on the industry, which is perfectly fine in my standards because we are helping out a friend and an ally. We're helping out Roxy and we're helping out the leadership of Ballas. However, the one thing I want, we've been at a neutral truce for you guys for the last year. If I do this, I want in a full alliance and a full understanding between Ballas and Viper Industries to where we are fully greenlit to help one another at any cause.
Okay.
I'm not asking for money. I'm not asking for manpower, vehicles, anything. I'm strictly asking for an alliance, a true friendship, unbreakable one to where we can count on one another as we continue to have, but to make it, how should I put it, a blood official, if you know what I mean.
Of course. That I need to bring to Zoe.
And I'm
I'm
pretty
pretty sure
sure she'll be
she
fine
won't.
with it.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure she'd be fine with it. I am definitely fine with it after numerous of deals with drawings, my personal plays, and all that. I have no issue with it. I don't. My only
And not to
question is, how come
forget,
we didn't do it sooner?
that was, I presume, an issue with Roxy and Zoe now. And I must say, with all the blood we have spent in the industry on our hands, and the blood being caught on our hands, of we losing personnel helping the Ballas defend their territory and their assets. That is something I'm willing to do. My men are expendable, but we have shed just as much blood as the Ballas have to ensure the cooperation between our two great alliances.
Yeah, and that is very true. So I will have to talk with Zoe about that, just to make sure that she's on point with it and she is 100% with it. I know we can already say, yeah, she is, and then go for it. And then, she's has something else in mind or something to add or whatever. So
I'd rather
hear
wait
from
to have
her.
that conversation after you've spoken with her.
Okay. So I would want to talk to her first, and then I think the right thing would be a meeting between you guys and with Roxy there to iron out all the details, talk about it in depth. If I
course.
think would be best.
Of course. But as I said, we're taking all the risk in the industry. We're
Of
putting our
course.
men on the lines in this case to help you out. That's the only favor I'm asking of the Ballas. I'm not asking for anything else.
And that I understand, that I totally agree. And I'm totally for it.
So, if you can, find a way to get in touch with Roxy in the next couple of days, letting her know that the birds and Mr. Gully would like to speak to her regarding her. Well, as you know, being in prison is not very well on someone's mind, especially whenever they come institutionalized. So she
Yeah.
will need to seek psychological help. Mr. Gully will be there to be her doctor or her psychologist, because that's what he specializes in. And from there, we can get our feet wet and continuing our plan at the end of October, possibly early November, whichever one, whenever Mr. Gully is free from his vacation soon. And of course,
Mhm.
everybody else is set up. Then we will make our move.
Of course, if it needs to take place sooner, by all means, go for it.
Oh, we can. Right now, she's sitting a little bit comfortable because we. Fortunately, the guards don't run the prison. The prisoners
Oh,
run
and
it.
the gangs do.
Yeah, so she's sitting a little bit comfortable, especially with some faces there that are lifers that we've known for since the days of I don't know, well, since the beginning, since we've had Ballas going into prison for life, we've been pretty steady there. But yeah, I think once your vacation is completed, I think that would be a good idea. Is to start getting that. I don't know how I'm going to get a hold of Roxy. I will try my best to do it, but um,
Go, like I said, get it in your letters, get it back to me, and I'll pass it along to it.
okay, I can definitely do that.
Excellent. But that's what this meeting was called for, so that we in the industry and you being a leader of the Ballas, the co-owner, we can come up with a final game plan to get this party started, because I am eager to see my friend out of prison, and I'm eager for the Ballas to relax, and I'm eager for our newfound alliance to continue to grow and prosper.
Yep, you have no idea, as D has been quite vigorous on trying to get ways through in and out of that prison, and yeah, D is he's relentless. It's kind of hard, but we're slowly but surely he's starting to understand, and he's gonna be a little bit on the trouble side, but he'll cope. So I'll handle him. Or
That is why you leave everything else to the industry, because we're good at what we do,
of
especially
course.
Mr. Gully's birds.
So all I ask is there's a certain guard that I want. If this can be done later, I just want to know when he goes to work and when he leaves. That's all.
Jackson, step forward. This will be a duty for you.
Mm-hmm. I want Matthew P. DOC supervisor. I want him. He's caused a bit of ruckus within the prisons, so I think it's
Do you
only
have any
fair
type
that
of photos or anything?
I would have to get them to you. I don't think I do, but he usually is in a transport van.
Understood. As I said, Jackson, that'll be a good way
That'll
to
be
get
something for
your
my
birds wet.
birds.
His
Exactly.
unit, his DOC number is 227.
Now, what do you want us to do to him whenever we get him?
Well, Are you guys familiar with the pufferfish?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, so give him a quote unquote pufferfish venom, which usually takes about 12 hours to fully infect a body and kill a person. Without the right antidote, it does take a little bit of time. So, pretty much inject him with water, tell him it's the pufferfish venom, and see how that goes. Bring him to 803 and tie him up, kind of like we usually do. And let me have a few words with him. Afterwards, we can bring him back to the prison or to wherever.
Jackson, do you think that's possible?
So long as we get the necessary starter information, nothing's impossible.
So it's Matthew. His DOC number is like 227. So he works the prisons. Normally he does like the transport. If not, he's in the front gate.
Splendid. But at this time, there's other duties I must retire to. So as always, Spider, it's been a pleasure. If you need anything else, let me know. Find out
Of
what you can
course.
about Roxy. Talk to Mr. Gully with Roxy's newfound psychologist. Let's continue our plan so that we may get her out of it successfully.
Absolutely. And I appreciate it. And I will definitely tell Zoe about it. And we can hopefully expect that answer to become sooner than later.
Understood. Mr. Gully, Jackson, Spider, as always, I appreciate every one of you.
What is he just gonna walk off to the sunset?
I guess so. Like a real cowboy. After you, madam.
Okay. What? Yeah. Rides off into the sunset, doesn't even give me a hug? Swear to God. One of these days I'm gonna buy him a cake and I'm gonna smash into his face.
Hmm.
One of these days. Just one of these days. Oh, the sun came out. As always, Mr. Gully, it's
Of course,
a pleasure
madam.
meeting you.
So long and
seeing you.
safe travels.
Thank you.